Hello, divine creations, divine marvels, children of God. Thank you so much for dropping by this video. Um, First and foremost, please don't believe anything I say, but find out for yourself what the truth is. Meaning, please just don't accept what I'm saying as the truth. Please find out for yourself from the deepest place within yourself if what I'm saying is true or not. And please don't believe anything that anyone says. Meaning, don't blindly follow someone, but find out from the deepest part of your soul whether what you're being told is true or not. A very warm welcome. So, this is a video about, you could call it a spiritual practice called Einstellen or tuning in. And what is Einstellen? Well, what and for anyone who's new, if you'd like more information about this, I'm making this video assuming that people have a basic understanding of this idea and Bruno Groening, the person who taught it. And if you don't, please check out the website, which I just posted in the chat box. So, most people, and I used to be one of them, if you said, "What is Einstellen?" I'd say, "Well, it's tuning in. It's the practice of receiving the divine healing energy." Now, I don't want to say that definition is wrong, but I think it's incomplete. Here's why. So, so Bruno Groening spoke of an energy, a divine energy, and he used different words. Sometimes he called it Heilstrom, sometimes he called it Gottlichen Kraft, the divine power, the divine force. Um, Sometimes he called it the river of life. He used all different words to describe this energy. So, first of all, to call it the healing stream is way too limited, which is ironic because I've named this channel the Healing Stream. So I'm gonna and my website. So I'm looking into renaming it. Um, because Bruno Groening said healing is only 10% of what he came to offer. So that means if we're doing this practice uh, of receiving healing energy, and that's really our intention, not that we won't receive other benefits, but it's almost like we're not fully aware of what's going on. And that was me for a long time. And to some extent that I can fall into that of like, okay, I'm going to take in the healing energy. So my understanding is that what we're doing is taking in an energy or a force that, yes, can heal, but more importantly, what create a physical healing, but what it's really doing is this energy is freeing us from what Bruno Gröning called evil or disorder, or um, yeah, those are the two primary words he used to describe this energy. The energy that blocks us from God, and the energy that blocks us from connection with our own inner divinity. He never called it that, but he pointed out that God lives within us. So my understanding is what we're taking in is a transformative energy, is a liberating energy. And in fact, that's one of the meanings of Heil, salvation, the energy that saves us from evil. And it kind of, in essence, the healing can be a side effect of that, But it's so important to keep in mind what Bruno said, that healing's only 10% of what he came to offer. So what is that other 90%? Well, you can use words like spiritual awakening, like being in the present moment, freeing ourselves from habit. See, um, and the other thing is if we fixate too much on healing, then there's this other way in which we're trying to run the show. Bruno Groening pointed out that only God knows the time when a physical healing would be best for the spiritual development of an individual. So ultimately, I would say we need to think of this energy as the energy that uh, uh, facilitates or is a catalyst for spiritual development. Physical healing can be part of that, but just a part. One way that I've been thinking of it lately is I just open myself up to the divine and the transformative energy of the divine, and I surrender. In essence, I say, God, you're smarter than me. Do with me what you will. Um, it's almost like trusting the energy or the sender of the energy, that it is wiser than me. Not that it's wrong to ask, but when we ask, we have to ask and then let go. Bruno said we can't demand a healing, or it's not right to demand a healing. So there's this quality of surrender, of opening and saying, okay, God, okay, Bruno, or Christ, or the helper you trust, you are wiser than me. I give you all my illnesses. I give you my burdens. And then trusting. Bruno over and over said to trust. Now that's been misrepresented as trust that this thing will heal. And not that that's not true, but again, that's only 10%. So I believe the 90% is this attitude of trusting the infinite wisdom of infinite God and trusting that this energy knows what's best, and having the approaching this energy. I'm not going to say it's wrong to approach this energy seeking healing, but I am going to say it's incomplete based on what Bruno taught. A more effective attitude, I believe, please find out for yourself. Read Bruno's teachings. Get in touch with your conscience. Bruno said, which is your soul, which is where God lives. And see if you agree that to approach with this attitude of surrender. God, you know what's best. I open myself to this energy, and I trust that you, the sender of this energy, you know what's best for me. And then receive and let the energy do what it will under God's direction. Bruno did point out that we can interfere. We can close ourselves off from God. And, interestingly enough, if we overemphasize healing, we can actually cut ourselves off from God in that way, because it's kind of a lack of faith. If you're constant like, "Oh, I've gotta heal," or "This thing's gotta heal," or "Oh, please God, heal me." There's nothing wrong with asking for help, but I hope you can hear the nuance here, that if you're constantly like it's almost like this trying to force a healing that can actually the block the healing stream. So this is a really subtle topic, and I'm starting to feel uncomfortable talking about it because um, it can be easy to misunderstand words, and we're all at different places. Some people probably need to strive more, and some people, and I find myself in that category lately, need to strive a little less and surrender a little more. So please do leave your thoughts and feedback. And now let's just spend a little time now opening, receiving, actually, before and handing over burdens and illnesses to your helper or to God, and opening to the energy and just trusting it, that it knows what's best. And that this is a process. Bruno called it process of sanctification. Our essence is holy, but through association with evil, that holiness has been covered up. And it's not our job to figure out the best way for sanctification to happen. It's our job to take the energy in and trust. Thank you so much for joining in. Hope that was helpful. Look forward to hearing people's feedback and response. Take care.